if you guys had to cover one of the team in the Niners, what team and why? I love this question, man.
This is a great question. You want to go first?
No, you go first.
All right, I know what team.
Oh, okay. I know which one too. No, you go.
Do you?
I know. You go first.
Buffalo Bills.
Ooh, I like. Why?
Because the Buffalo Bills have never really done anything. They're a very interesting franchise. Their fan base is maniacal, and now they're actually on the cusp of doing something really big. They have a lot of players that are some of my favorite players in the league. I love Stephon Diggs. He's one of my favorite receivers in the league. If he's not the top, well, Julio Jones is, but he's at the top of it. I love Tre'Davious White. Josh Allen has done. I'm so fascinated with their process because they brought in Josh Allen, who was an absolute project. Absolute project, right? Yeah. Everybody from Wyoming, I don't know about him. Sean McDermott's a defensive guy. So does that make sense to pair him with that? And now in his third year, he really took that leap where people started talking about it as an MVP. You know, they had John Brown for a lot. It's really more them. They had been to so many Super Bowls. Now their team is actually in a spot where they can take down the Chiefs if things go their way. Dabble's a great offensive coordinator. They're a fascinating team to me. I would love to cover the Bills because they're a fun team. And two, they've got some really, really fun players, and their culture is moving in the right direction.
That's a good answer. I'm going to answer it in a different way, more from a different perspective, like fun covering a team. You know, which team would I like to troll the way that I troll the 49ers?
Seattle.
Now, Seattle's cool. But I want a lot of hits, man. One of the things I like about covering the Niners is they're a global brand. Mm-hmm. So we got people in here from all over the world.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it.
So I'm thinking Seattle's cool, and they do have a big following. They're a good one. They're up there. Also, Dallas. Dallas is the big one, but their media market's kind of oversaturated. I mean, there's 1,000 me's covering Dallas. So I'm thinking New England, man. Because the thing about them, Bill Belichick is the kind of person I would just really love to go.
And you would get to ask him questions, and he would get to see your clips.
And also, I think that the beat core out there is very much in with the team. I mean, they've won all these championships. They kind of all worship them, and I'd love to be the one dude in there. It's like I'm not impressed.
So make sure here's a tip. If God forbid that ever happens, because I don't want to see you leave this fan base.
No,
and I would love to.
I don't want to live in Boston. It's Foxborough, by the way.
Yeah, if you went over there, just make sure you remember to criticize Cam Newton about every single thing that he ever does, including breathing and including living. That's what I noticed about Boston sports media.
No, I would go against the grain. I'd have Cam's back and go over Belichick. I would be there to go at Belichick. To me, you're a freaking fraud. You're a defensive coordinator who was skating on Tom Brady's leadership for 20 years. You took all the credit, underpaid him, pushed him out the door because you believed your own BS, and now you're going to put Bruce Arians in the Hall of Fame and make everyone question what your contributions were. I wish I could be there.
I wish that you could have discussions with Bill Belichick because his answers would be electric. One more thing that I want to say. Yeah. Cannot wait for Kendrick Bourne to score a touchdown, do a dance, and have the Boston sports media rip him apart for even having an ounce of fun and scoring a game-winning touchdown or something like that.
What is this young man doing on our field? This is not how we act in Foxborough.
That's not the Patriot way.
I like that. Did you guys know that Foxborough is closer to freaking Providence, Rhode Island than Boston is? Way out there, dude. It's way out. It's in the boonies. Anyway, it's like football boot camp, really. It's not fun. Bill Belichick is such a fraud to me. His whole reputation is Tom Brady was the head coach of that team. He's the head coach in Tampa. And Belichick's a hell of a coordinator, but he has no people skills, man. Let's see what he does without Tom. Zero people skills.
Can I push back real quick?
Please.
I know that the Patriots didn't do well last year.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me with all the opt-outs and how Cam played last year and how that team how in God's name did they win 7 games? How?
That's true.
Explain it to me. That's just culture. That's just straight up buying in. And I have a feeling that you haven't heard the last of them. They're going to make noise and try to make a playoff run this year. I can tell.
I'm fading Paul.
Hey, if Cam's starting, I'm all in.
I bet you a nickel that they're not going to make the playoffs. A nickel, straight up nickel, baby.